we had a very big issue. The centre mid position was vacant and we needed somebody to fill it. And so it has now been filled by Physicality. And today we're going to be finding out if this card is worth it to help get you more wins, and if this card is wondrous, mid, or doo-doo. And by the end of this video, I'll be letting you know the best ways to use this card if you do decide to buy it. But why should you listen to me? Well, I consistently get rank 2 and rank 3 range in FUT champions. I'm also a top 10% elite division player, so I believe I can use my ability to help guide you to use the best cards to help perform the best for you in FC25. Now make sure you pay attention to all the categories I use to determine if this card is good or not. So don't miss out on certain ones, because that can help you determine whether or not this card is for you or not. But before I give you that very important information, take a look at this. If you are looking to buy cheap and safe and reliable coin, go over to U7Buy and use code CV3 on U7Buy for 8% off. Link is in the description or link is in the comments to get cheap and safe coin so you can get the cards you want in the game to have fun. CV3. So now let's talk about Federico Valverde's pace. Now he is in the centre mid position. Now I hope this will help you understand what I mean about his pace when I explain it this way. With Federico Valverde, if you put him up against an average runner, not too fast, not too slow, Federico Valverde will be running and them average runners will catch up to him tomorrow. And that's when he's already taking a break and relax, because his pace against average is superb. But then when you put him against super pacey players, he holds his own. He's not going to completely burn them like Mbappe, but he has very good speed to get in behind if he needs to, and also able to hold his own to give you enough time to make a different decision. So when using this card, don't be afraid to use his pace. Now listen, for midfielders, one of the most important things are the dribbling, which I'll get to later on. But let's talk about now the physicality. Now it looks like Federico Valverde is entering into good gang, right? Well, with this physicalities, I found when you use this card, because of his frame, put it this way, you might have one guy that weighs 180 pounds, okay? And then another guy also weighs 180 pounds. But one is mad scrawny and the other one is stocky like a mofo. Where am I going with this? Well, the scrawny one is just much taller, the other one is shorter, but weighs the same. With Valverde, he feels like a player that should be stronger, but because his frame is kind of slim, he gets bodied against the other players that are either smaller or even taller, but stronger. So I say, he has his moments where he can hold off players, but he's not super strong on the ball, for me at least. But now we gotta talk about the defensive capabilities. Now I'm gonna be honest here. Federico Valverde does not have anticipate, nor does he have intercept plus or intercept regular. So if you're looking for a midfielder that's gonna be a defensive beast for intercepting the ball, tackling left, right, and center, behind the back, it don't matter now. It don't matter. Federico Valverde was not that guy for me. I felt that there was some space a little bit that they can get the passes by him because he doesn't have those play styles. And even when he tackled, sometimes it became ping pong FC. The ball would bounce all the way to your grandma. It would bounce back to the random fan in the stadium, something like that. It was ridiculous. But he's still not complete garbage at defense. He can still get some tackles off correctly. Now that's just one thing you got to take into consideration using this card for defense. But for a midfielder, everybody cares about the passing ability. Can he ping pass that into your striker so they can get in behind? Can he send them over the tops into Haaland, for example? Can he do the quick tiki-taka Barcelona? Well, I found I had no issues with this passing, only if you tried to do the first time passes right away, since he doesn't have tiki-taka Barcelona playstyle at all. I found sometimes they would go up too high, making it more difficult for the player he's passing it to get a good touch. So if you like to play fast with passing, he might sell you at times, but it's not very consistent, so you might be able to bear with it. So I would say hold the ball a little bit more with him and be more decisive with your passes, because he can mess up sometimes with the tiki-taka Barcelona. But do them driven passes, he's very accurate with those because of his playstyle, and I felt that in the game. But hold up. If you made it this far and you're enjoying this video, if you want to be able to watch my live streams and see me play FUT champions, open packs and plicks, and help you out for FC25, follow the Twitch, the link is in the description to see the streams live. So let's talk about his shooting and clinicality ability. Now for a midfielder, you want them to be decent at this, or at least capable if they get in the box. Well, Federico Valverde is an entirely different conversation for him, because this guy got the power shot plus. Yes, I said it, plus. And that's something that you should use with this card, because I found it was very dangerous at moments, making your opponent panic much more, because you have somebody that can send in a zinger into the back of the net and the keeper cannot do a damn thing about it. You get me? Another thing you would want to do with this card is hit the Trivela like I'm watching a telenovela, fly into the back of the net, because his shot power is so nice that if you do certain shots with him and you green time it, I believe it's perfect, into the back of the net, there's a higher chance it will go in because the shot power is so fast and it messes with the keep. So if there's a little bit of space with Valverde, try them outside of the box shot. It's dangerous. So overall, his finishing ability is very solid for a midfielder as well. But I really don't understand how his volleys is an 80 overall. EA Sports, fix your game. But now the very important thing that normally strays me away from a card or makes me want to use the card even more, and that's the dribbling ability. Can he do a little bit of that twist and turn? Look at here. He has 84 agility and 84 balance. Oh my God. Now looky here. Sometimes you can deal with that and sometimes you can't. Now for this card specifically, I found there were times that his twisting and turning was feeling a little bit clunky and unresponsive because he enters in that category of almost that biggity biggity, or technically a biggity biggity because he's 6 foot plus. 6'1" makes you complete biggity biggity, but he's 6 foot. And I found there were moments where I wanted to make the turn fast enough so I can get the pass off, and it would mess me up and allow my opponent to defend and take the ball from him or tackle him, which was annoying. Sometimes you need to play fast in certain moments, and Valverde was not giving me that option. So I'm gonna say his dribbling ability isn't crazy, and if you're one player that really likes dribbling a lot, with your midfielders especially, he may not be the guy for you. But if you just need that player to defend a little bit well, dribble a little bit well, but give you more goal scoring chances, he might be the guy for you. But that ultimately makes me decide if this card is wondrous, mid, or doo-doo. Maybe even midrous or moodoo. But there is one metric above wondrous that you'll hear me say if he ends up being there anyway. Now for me, using Federico Valverde, I found he was a solid card and he did things well and he also did things poorly. But I would classify him as only this because of his power shot ability and being all around in every other aspect. Wondrous. He's still a solid card to pick up and use. He may annoy you in certain moments. If you have amazing ping, he's even better for you. But sometimes my ping is a little bit shaky, so he feels clunky even more. But definitely a solid card to pick up. Try him if you want. But this card right here can absolutely be wondrous for you as well. Find out if this card is wondrous, mid, or doo-doo.